Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl on your face while you're sleeping. If you have ever felt like some of your favorite animated characters you've seen look a little bit familiar, well then, your hunch might not have been entirely incorrect. As today, we'll be diving into top 10 cartoon characters you didn't know were real. Number 10. Genie. We begin this compilation off with a cult favorite animated character. The Genie is possibly the most loved character from the story and movie of Aladdin. The Blue Genie is funny, dumb, and soft-hearted. While the animations were being developed, the choice for the voice behind the Genie was Robin Williams. And while assigning him the voiceover, animators John Clement and Ron Musker were immensely drawn towards Robin Williams' personality. They liked him so much that they decided to make Genie look and act like the late Robin. And also something you might not know is that a lot of the Genie's best lines were improvised by the incredibly talented actor.
Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for you that'll take 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal. You just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell, and you'll get 25 years of amazing luck. Try it. It really works.
Number 9. EDNA Mode.
Used to design for gods. But perhaps you'll come with a challenge, eh?
The quick-witted designer to the superheroes, EDNA Mode from the movie The Incredibles is sensible, guarded, and just a little bit strange. Filled with guts in spite of her size, she helps the Parr family be the incredible family of supers that saves the day. Little do people know that the inspiration behind her character is just as incredible. Edith Head was probably Hollywood's most prolific costume designer, boasting a record of 8 Academy Awards for Best Costume Design. Her close relationship with glamorous clients made her a household name in fashion and costuming, and elevated her career to amazing heights. She has worked with directors like Alfred Hitchcock for film and TV, dressing stars such as Grace Kelly and Hedy Lamarr. EDNA Mode even has Edith's signature looks, which is a blunt bangs and glasses combo. Number 8. Belle.
This is a perfect day for skating. Come on. Come on.
Belle is the stunning oddball resident of a small French village in Beauty and the Beast. Her signature blue dress and bookish charm caught the eye of the harsh Gaston and the kind-hearted but hesitant Beast. Belle is also one of Disney's most beloved princesses and is certainly on par with Cinderella, Snow White, and Aurora. Sherry Stoner inspired this lovely princess and ended up being her character model. Before joining the process of creating Belle, Sherry Stoner was an actress and writer, starring in TV shows and working religiously in animation. She wrote and produced cartoon shows, which helped her land the role of the book-smart princess. Another fun fact is that one of her more noticeable habits, which was brushing her hair away from her face, became one of Belle's habits as well. Number 7. Snow White. Snow White was Disney's first ever princess to be brought to life. Finding the perfect design and model for her was a long, arduous process, even though the animators were the best of the best. From her pale skin to the hem of her gown, she had to be perfect, because she was to be one of Disney's signature characters. Snow White's signature wavy bob and rose-red lips were finally brought to life with the help of one woman. Marge Champion was one of Hollywood's most revered dancers. The daughter of the choreographer who taught Charlie Chaplin his moves, Marge went on to dance across TV screens nationwide. She was 14 years old when she auditioned to be part of the process to create Snow White. Her grace and poise added to the beauty of Snow White's character, which was then forever sealed with the help of animation. How fun would it have been for her to be a Disney princess at 14? Number 6. Aladdin. And now we present to you everyone's favorite thief turned prince. Aladdin appears onto the screen with roguish charm and a big heart. He meets the genie, who grants him 3 wishes. These wishes allow him to meet Jasmine, the Arabian princess who wishes to see the world. Covered in rags and blessed with good looks, Aladdin is perhaps one of the few most memorable Disney princes. This character was based off the unforgettable Tom Cruise, so it's not a surprise that Aladdin is a hit with the ladies. Tom Cruise, as you might very well know, has appeared in many iconic films such as Mission Impossible and The Last Samurai. His roles mostly include action, so he was the perfect model for this Disney prince. The resemblance is striking, especially when it comes to the hair and the sparkling smile. Number 5. Yosemite Sam. Movie star and comedian Red Skelton brought to life a parade of characters during his long and adventurous career. He began his career in vaudeville during the 1930s, and he soon switched to radio, followed by television, which includes The Red Skelton Show, that used to air each week from 1951 to 1971. One of these characters was Deadeye, who took on a handful of different roles situated in the American Wild West that included an incompetent sheriff and a cowboy who couldn't control his horse, or oftentimes, even himself. Michael Maltese birthed the story for Hair Trigger, a 1945 Warner Brothers cartoon featuring the antsy, mustachioed, red-headed bandit Yosemite Sam, whose 6 guns and sombrero were nearly as big as he was. According to Maltese, the character was based partly off of director Fritz Freyling. Like the character, Freyling was short, red-haired, and wore a mustache. However, it is said that Yosemite Sam was later modeled mostly on Skelton's cowboy Deadeye. Number 4. Dennis the Menace. Dennis Mitchell, the child star of comic strips, comic books, and a television show, was inspired by creator Hank Ketchum's own son, Dennis Lloyd Ketchum. One afternoon, the real Dennis was supposed to be napping. Instead, his mother found him removing the mattress and springs from his bed, pulling out drawers from his dresser, and taking down curtains by removing their rods. She flew into a rage and complained to Hank. He immediately got inspired and hastily drew a dozen pencil sketches and sent them to his agent. In 1950, Ketchum signed an incredibly profitable contract. By the end of the year, Dennis the Menace was appearing daily in over 100 newspapers. Ketchum has said this of other characters. Dennis's neighbor, Mr. Wilson, was inspired by Ketchum's Sunday school superintendent. Dennis's friend Margaret was based on Ketchum's own schoolboy crush. Then there was Wade, inspired by the local grocer, and many more. Number 3. Mr. MAGOO. The bald, badly tempered, nearsighted Mr. MAGOO was an immediate hit when he first made an appearance in 1949. He starred in 53 animated cartoons and won 2 Academy Awards. Just like comic actor W.C. Fields, the nearsighted Mr. MAGOO had a bulbous nose and narrow eyes. He also mumbled quite often. In spite of these similarities, Millard Kaufman, who wrote the first cartoon featuring Mr. MAGOO, said that Fields was not originally the inspiration for the character. Whether or not Fields was originally the inspiration for Mr. MAGOO, it can be accepted that he influenced the character pretty soon. After a few films featuring the character were made, MAGOO creative director Pete Bernis said that he and his colleagues studied the film performances of W.C. Fields for ideas. For example, they used a scene in which Fields waves his cane to ward off dogs and other unwanted things. And with that, it's now time for today's subscriber pick. Today's photo was sent to us by one of our subscribers, so if you come across a photo online and want to know more details about it, just send it on over to us. We might even feature it on a future video. Number 2. The above picture is that of Milhouse Van Houten from The Simpsons. The majority of us must be familiar with the nearsighted, gullible, and socially awkward Milhouse, as long as you watch The Simpsons. Despite the fact he was named after the American President Nixon, whose middle name was Milhouse, his character and appearance was based on Josh Saviano's Paul Pfeiffer, whom the creators of the show attempted to copy, and the similarities are very hard to miss. Number 1. Tinkerbell. James M. Barrie's female fairy, Tinkerbell, was often represented on the stage by a flying point of light. For the film Peter Pan, she was brought to life as a winged pixie with a prominent feminine figure, which were allegedly too indecent for the play's fans. In reality, Tinkerbell was modeled after the actress Margaret Kerry. Like any other actor hoping to star in a movie, Kerry had to audition for the role. She was faced with the challenge of providing the character of a tiny fairy who never said a word. At first, she wasn't sure how to audition, but she played music and choreographed Tinkerbell making food for breakfast. Impressed with Kerry's performance, they offered her the part. She immediately got to work and helped to make Tinkerbell one of Hollywood's most legendary animated characters. For 6 months, Kerry's job was to pose with props and deliver the facial expressions, gestures, and other responses that animators would give Tinkerbell to bring her character to life. And that concludes our list of the top 10 cartoon characters you didn't know were real. Let us know in the comment section below which one of these was the coolest to see in real life. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that bell icon.